This call is from a federal prison.
Shout out Mikey T, the movie star. This AR Ab talking to y'all from the federal prison. This is a jail phone I'm talking to y'all from, so you know it's special. I'm wasting my 15 minutes of jail phone call talking to Mikey T, man. So that's how y'all know I fuck with him, man. Shout out Mikey T.
What's going on with your sentencing, Ab? How are you feeling about all that?
Oh, I'm gonna get sentenced. If I do get sentenced, we trying to get this shit appealed. We trying to get some shit happen before sentence. But if I happen to do get sentenced, like before all this shit comes through, I'm probably gonna get hit with a lot of time. But I'm gonna be right back on appeal. We talking like a year. You know what I'm saying?
You think you're gonna get hit with a bunch of time, Ab?
Yeah, but that's not the. It's the fair. That's not like. It ain't gonna stick. You dig what I'm saying? There's guidelines they gotta follow. So, but we got some paperwork and shit in where though we trying to get it done before my appeal. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to get it done before my sentence. You dig what I'm saying? So before my sentencing, we gonna get it done after the sentence. That's why I'm saying, like, if I don't get it done before my sentence, they gonna hit me with a lot of time. But I'll be back like in a year and get the time right, taking right off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we know how that shit goes for you, man. You've stood the test of time before. You know, you've beaten charges before, like what you went through with Cassidy, having to take it all the way to trial.
Yeah, so they did so much wrong stuff at my trial that I gotta get a new trial. So we try and get it situated now, but sometimes it don't go that way, and you might gotta get it situated after sentence for them to give me a new trial. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because right now they're trying to throw out headlines saying that NBA YoungBoy is going to serve 100 years in jail. They're saying they're trying to charge him for 100 years in jail. It's crazy.
One thing about the feds, like, I'm going to tell you something about the feds. Their whole thing is, they 9 times 10 they charge you wrong. And they got like, when they say like he's facing a certain amount of years, it'd be like 15 to life, you know what I'm saying? Or 10 to life, you know what I'm saying? They be saying, oh, he's facing a life, possibly a life sentence, you know what I'm saying? People don't really get the life sentence. It'd be like 10 years to life, you know what I'm saying? They just say possibly facing up to life, you know what I'm saying? A motherfucker might only get 10 years, but they were like, he's facing up to life, you know what I'm saying? That's that shit going to feds, man, you know what I'm saying? But 9 times 10, if you fight them head up, you gonna beat them in the field because they're gonna make a whole bunch of mistakes. Their conviction rate so high because people take bills or they tell. Most people tell, and then a lot of people take bills and cop out because somebody told on them. So they gotta take a bill. You know what I'm saying?
Were you ever actually offered any deals, Ab?
They offered me 22 and a half years.
It's crazy. They offered you 22 and a half years. I believe one of my homies, Hot Boy Turk, actually got sentenced to 22 years and came home in about 8.
They offered me 22 and a half years, but all my co-defendants will have to take a plea too. If it comes down to me getting sentenced, don't get distraught by the number. I'll be right back. You think
That's right. Y'all hear it right here from Ab, man. Don't get distraught by the number. I'm not either because, you know, I know how this game is going to go from what you've been telling me. You got to fight this in appeal to get those years back. I've seen it go through Max B. You know, Max B went from 75 years to 12 years, you know, so we've seen it play out.
And federal is easier because they got a 97% conviction rate, but an 87% conviction overturn rate. So 87% of the people who get convicted get overturned that shit. That's how crooked this shit is. Think about that number.
Right. So,
yo, 87% of the people getting their shit overturned. You know what I'm saying? That's not even half. I mean, most of the people get their shit overturned.
So as you heard Ab say right there, he is looking at a serious amount of time. He's expecting them to throw the book at him, but in an appeal, it's going to come back, you guys. We have to look at cases that we've seen in the past with Max B sitting up for 11 years, fighting for his appeal, his first appeal, his second appeal. So we got to keep our hopes high for AR Rab. Now, he sent me a message. He sent me a message a few days ago that I wanted to read to everyone as well, pertaining to his situation and pertaining to the sentencing of some of his co-defendants. Arab had told me they gave one of my co-defendants 20 years and another one 25 years yesterday. Now, I'm going to get the details on who was actually sentenced, and we're planning on going live with that information either tonight or tomorrow night, so stay tuned for that. But Ab said they gave one of my co-defendants 20 years and my other co-defendant 25 years yesterday. The prosecutors are trying to give me life in prison, but I know I'm coming back on appeal with Allah's permission. So I ain't too worried. And everyone's saying, what is the appeal going to consist of? Appeals consist of a number of points, but I wanted to play something very considerable. Everyone. I wanted you all to hear what Ab said one of the major points of his appeal is, and that will most likely result in him getting another trial. So let's tap into that, you guys. I want to play this last interview that I did with Arab, where he actually discusses the grounds for the appeal.
If you got a great issue, you can come back within a year or two after you get sentenced. You dig what I'm saying? On direct appeal, you know what I'm saying? If the issue good enough, and I got good enough issues, my lawyer represented Dantes Stewart before. So my lawyer cannot cross-examine him. My lawyer, wasn't supposed to be my lawyer if Taz got on the stand. You dig what I'm saying?
Yep, I hear that. Yep.
Because my lawyer got a loyalty to Taz and me. You dig what I'm saying? So he can't cross-examine me. If you got co-defendants, if your lawyer represented any of your co-defendants, he can't represent you on this current trial. If he represent them, I don't give a fuck if it's 20 years ago. If you got co-defendants and he represented any of them 20 years ago, he can't represent you. My lawyer represented Taz like a year or two prior. You dig what I'm saying?
Yep, that's definitely a conflict of interest.
It's a conflict of interest, exactly.
Ab, another thing I wanted to ask you.
So basically, I gotta get a whole new trial just because of that. That's why I was saying, don't get deterred. Don't get discouraged or distraught when you hear the sentence they're trying to get me. Because I got to get a whole new trial because my lawyer wasn't supposed to represent me if Taz got on the stand. He wasn't supposed to he can't cross-examine Taz. I did get a fair trial because my lawyer can't ask him all the questions he can ask him. He can't cross-examine the way he's supposed to cross-examine. So I got to get a whole new trial. After they sentence me, I'm going to put the motion in and they got to grant me and give me a whole new trial.